So when I was pregnant with my now 10-year-old, I asked the Lord one day, what was birth like before sin? I was at a point where I was just really seeking more for like what was his original intent in birth? What did it look like? What was it like? And he answered me immediately. I'm not saying I heard an audible voice or anything, but just on the inside, you know. And he said there was no fear involved. Well, that kind of surprised me. I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting. And at first I was kind of like, yeah, but like, what was it really like though, you know? But the more I've thought about that, and over the years, the more I've learned about birth and how it works, like from every angle, spirit, soul, and body, the more I have realized that that is actually the answer to everything. It's in the natural, backed by science. It's in the spirit, in the emotional realm, the mental realm, in every area. And if we were giving birth without any fear involved, then we're giving birth the way he originally intended, especially in the birth world. Fear is so common. The enemy has learned how to normalize it for people. And, you know, I think one of the reasons that people don't want to say fear not is because we don't want to sound like we're judging people who may be dealing with fear. And anybody who is dealing with fear maybe doesn't want to hear that because they feel like they're being judged. But we have to look at what the word says. And Jesus didn't say, learn to manage your fear, or do it afraid, or it's okay to fear, it's normal to fear. You know, some fear is okay, some fear is actually good for you. Like, Jesus didn't say any of that. He just said, fear not, fear not, fear not. So the point is not to shame, blame, you know, pile condemnation or guilt on anybody. The point is to tell you, you know what, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to live in fear. And so then the next question usually becomes, well, how in the world? Because fear is so common and it's such a normal thing to most people that they really don't believe that it is possible to live without it, never mind giving birth. So in a way, that also makes some people angry because they're like, well, you're telling us to do something that is literally impossible to do. The devil's going to hit every single one of us with the temptation to fear. And we, though, still have a choice whether we are going to take those thoughts as our own and whether we are going to yield to that temptation or whether we're going to stand on the word and stand on the truth, because that's the only way that we are capable of not fearing. I'm not here to try to make anybody feel bad if you have wrestled with fear, but I'm here to tell you that there's a way out. And you can do this thing full of joy, full of excitement, completely free from fear. There's a lot of people who learn to manage things and cope with things and get through things like fear, you know, things they're afraid of. But for it to actually be absent, there's only one way, and that is the love of God. Fear has torment, the Bible says. Who wants to be tormented? Nobody. But it says that the love of God casts out all fear. And it's really that revelation of love as a child of God, that he loves you so much, he's going to take care of you. He loves you so much, he's going to take care of that baby. It's the kind of love that it's a rock. It's dependable. It's completely trustworthy. Love doesn't hurt. Love doesn't do harm. Love does everything that it can to protect and to create safety and to create a good life, just like we would for our kids. That's how God does for us, but so much more yet than we can even comprehend as human parents. And when you really get rooted and grounded in that love, that's when you can have a fear-free birth experience, because nothing can move you from knowing that love is going to take care of you.